So Morgan's got kind of a two-part question here. So I did an exchange at the police station, and she never showed. Instead, had unknown people pick up and drop off. I think Jake, in talking about his answers earlier, specific time, place, and parties. If there's nothing in your order, they can do whatever they want. Um, when people message me or people reach out or people ask questions, is it in your order?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
If
Now,
it's not in
I
your order, there's no rules.
there isn't. But in that situation, and I'm not your attorney, and this isn't legal advice to you because I don't know the exact situation. But in that situation, an unknown person to the person drop it to the parent is picking up your child, withhold the child, and good luck with a contempt action because you have an unknown person picking up your child. That is a threshold that I would not be willing and comfortable to cross.
I agree. I do want like an asterisk though.
Yeah,
Saying unknown person is like aunt, uncle, grandma. That's much different than someone you've never seen before.
if it's someone you've never seen before, obviously
Yeah, yeah,
not let that child in the vehicle. If it's an aunt or uncle, that's when the text prior to the exchange comes into play. You can text the other side and say, "I'm here. Where are you?" or "What's your ETA?" Hopefully, they would respond with, "I'm not going to be able to be there. Grandma's picking up, or my sister or brother's picking up, or cousin's picking up." Now, at least you have knowledge of that prior. But if that's just spurred on you, that gives me an uneasy feeling.
yeah. And I think that's something that um, I, I hate to do this, and I hate to put it this way, but I feel like that, and we've prefaced this, or this segment with the Chad Reed situation. I think there's instances where it's more common for women to send someone else that will piss them off, and we've seen. I know in the equal and shared parenting community, we had John Mass situation where father-in-law showed up and murdered him in cold blood up in I believe North Dakota was where
Mm-hmm.
the actual killing occurred, and there's situation in Houston, Texas, where the new boyfriend. So that goes back to like getting the parties. So saying it's going to be just mom and dad, or like if mom says, "Oh, I can't guarantee that I'll do that," you have a set list of people that are going to be doing the exchanges, creating as much certainty as possible.
Right. And hopefully the parents, because one of the factors in the best interest standard is the ability to co-parent. So hopefully if you give that text prior to going, you guys are in a good enough place to where you can actually communicate back and forth and say, "I'm going to be 5 minutes late," or instead of the police station, "I'm here and I'm stuck. Can you maybe bring the kid here?" And that hopefully you're at the point where you can work some of that stuff out, and it gets easier the more, or I guess the longer the case has been going on with a final order. Um, but that's kind of the situation. Hopefully, you get to a point where you can communicate with the other party back and forth to where you can be flexible, because the order is a guideline. You can do whatever you want to outside the order so long as it's agreed upon, but the order is a guideline. So anytime somebody balks at a proposal, then you have to go back to the order. But you guys can agree, at least in Kansas, say you do the exchange at the police station, mom's unable to show because she's stuck at work and she's getting ready to get off. And she asked, "Hey, can you just meet me at my office and we can have the exchange here?" And you say, "Yeah," then obviously you can go do that. And that's probably for the best for both parties, because that means you are, I guess, communicating cordially.
Yeah.
And that's really in the best interest of the child, is that co-parents get along.
Yeah, and then we go back, and then both of our states, Kansas and California, have what they call the friendly parent factor. So, in theory, if you show that you're the parent that's willing to co-parent, now I think it gets enforced to different degrees depending on the judge.
Yeah.
But if you show you're the parent who's willing to cooperate, willing to work, that at minimum is going to curry some favor with the judge. And it's if you have an attorney, in my opinion, when I have these things to be able to point out, it makes my job a lot easier when we go into modify or we go in to get final orders.